found yesterday. "We're following up on a number of leads and speaking to various people," said Chief Inspector Douglas Brown. "At this stage, I'd urge anyone who may have seen or heard anything unusual in the Rutmore area at any time from Friday, 10th of August until now, to come forward immediately." 2015. Thursday, Part 1. This time it's the rain that gets him. Every time he makes the journey out of London, starting on a train at Waterloo and winding away from the city, flashing past towns and villages and cutting back into the countryside of his childhood, every time there's something that triggers the memories. Last time it was the sight of the sun catching a field of heather, peeking out from behind a cloud to turn the mass of purple into a lighter violet and making him squint as he stared out of the train window. This time it's the rain. Only it's not really rain, is it? Pissy fucking drizzle is what Gary would probably have called it, and Gary may have been wrong about a lot of things, but he wouldn't have been wrong about that. He stares out of the train window, and the droplets seem to hang there in the air, blowing about in the wind like snow, and he knows it's the type of drizzle that'd soak you through to the skin in less than a minute if you were stupid enough to go outside without a decent raincoat. It's the type of drizzle they used to get on Rutmore. He lays his head back against the red patterned seat of the train and stares out at the drizzle, and when he shuts his eyes, a series of images pinwheel across his vision like a film reel. It's funny, he thinks, how something as small as the sight of rain from a grimy window can evoke such strong memories. He used to get it a lot in the years after leaving university and starting work. Something would catch one of his senses and hit him hard enough to transport him briefly to another place, another time. He'd hear a snatch of MGMT's Time to Pretend, and he'd be taken back to a summer festival. Any summer festival. Or he'd open a can of Grolsch, and the smell would remind him of the house party in first year, where he'd lost his virginity. Small things that for some reason brought on strong memories. Little moments that could make you infinitely nostalgic. Now, looking at the rain and cutting south away from London, he doesn't feel nostalgic. The rain makes him think of Rutmore, it makes him think of the summer of 2002, and in his mind he sees drizzle picked out in cones of light from their minivan as they carved their way through cracked country roads. He hears the sound of whispering and twigs breaking outside a tent. He tastes the cloudy, purified water they drank from streams that were little more than trickles in the mud. Mostly, though, he remembers Tim and Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens looking up from his map and the sun reflecting off his glasses, turning his eyes into hard rectangles of silver light. Thursday, Part 2. He's got a large bag that's shoved up in the luggage area above the seats. It's his walking bag, the big green one, and it's got most of his stuff in it. On the seat next to him is a smaller bag, a brown one he takes to work with him. It's full of paper, cuttings mostly, bits he's torn out and built up over the last few months. But there's something else in there, too. He glances around to check who else is in the carriage. It's a Thursday, midday, and it's not very busy, but there's a couple across the aisle from him and an old lady a few rows in front. She's reading a book, though, and the couple are watching some film on an iPad. He glances back into the bag, satisfied, and pulls out an old Polaroid. It's yellowed around the edge from being handled over the years, but the picture is still clear. It's all of them, the 6 that went to Rutmore together in 2002, all standing together outside a tent. Everyone in the photo is smiling, and he runs his finger from left to right, checking them off. Gary, James, Tom, Matt, Tim, and Mr. Stevens. Tick, 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 tick. All present and accounted for. He frowns to himself and flicks the photo with his finger, looking out at the drizzle-soaked scenery. When he thinks about his friends, both the ones that died and the ones that are still alive, no matter how different the surviving few may look now, it's always this photo that he sees in his mind. All of them lined up like that, smiling in front of a row of